And welcome to today's live tarot reading session. Happy Monday. I hope everyone's doing well. For anyone watching the replay, I go live Monday, Wednesdays and Fridays. Please do consider subscribing and joining us. Just bring your question and receive a free reading. Hey to everyone in the chat. I hope you're all well. Great to see you and have you here. As usual, if you would like a free reading, please post the like number only in the chat. Hold your questions until you're called. If you would like a more in-depth reading, I offer 3, 5 or 7 card readings, which it also includes a Q jump and a priority read. The link is in the pinned comment. But let's get started. I hope you're all good. Janavi, thank you so much for moderating for the list already. That's fantastic. So we have the first Anne. If you please want to post your question, my dear. And I'm just going to start shuffling the cards, get the energy going. We're using the Guardian of the Night Tarot deck. And what I'd like to do today as well, I'll just mention now actually, I'm going to try and I aim to get to the Hidden Truth Oracle because we haven't done these for a long time. So for those who would like a love reading, please do hang around until the end, around the last 10-15 minutes, and I'll do some quick fire round questions of some love questions. So if you want to do that, like I say, the last 10-15 minutes, I will aim to do that. So Anne asks, hey Tia Bea, by the way. Anne asks, as I search for the right match through matrimonial platforms, cards have gone askew, what steps can I take to align myself emotionally, mentally and spiritually to attract a partner who is truly compatible with me? Great question, Anne. So Spirit, please help offer guidance to Anne. How can she align with her ideal partner? What steps can she take? Knight of Cups, someone is on their way to you, bottom of the deck. So trust is what I'm first hearing. There's leaning into a belief and that energy of trust that someone is on their way to you. And I always like to think of that what you are wanting to attract into your life is also attracted to you. So if you think of your person, you can ruminate and meditate on their energy and their ideal, what that would make you feel like, and imagine that they are also searching for you. So it's nice to kind of sit in that energy as much as possible, Anne. But the main message from this card is trust that they're already on their way to you energetically. So imagine, stay in that feeling and that feeling of trust. But we have a major arcana here, Justice as well, which came out, Anne, which is interesting. This is a card of balance. It's ruled by the astrological sign Libra with just the scales here as well. So first off, about aiming what you can do to stay balanced emotionally, mentally and spiritually. What practices do you do that keep you balanced? Number one as well, ask the question, I mean, does something feel off? Does something feel imbalanced in you, Anne? Emotionally, mentally, spiritually, which area maybe comes to the forefront of where you feel imbalanced? And what the answer would be for that, to bring that back into balance. Justice again is about a just and fair outcome for you. So again, having this belief that justice will be done, that there will be a just and fair outcome. And also this card speaks to me about surrender. Can you see how this bat has its wings outstretched before the sunset, before nature in a way, before the universe? This represents to me, and it's about surrendering to the process a little bit more, Anne. And this will bring a kind of sense of ease as well back into this process that you're in. So trust and surrender, Anne. And also look at ways in which you can keep yourself in balance or bring yourself back into balance where you feel out of whack, maybe mentally, emotionally, spiritually. So I hope that resonated. Thank you, Janavi, again for the updated list. And yet, Naresh, if you would like to be added to the list, please post your like number. That's all that I need for now. Anne 93, if you want to please post your question, my dear. Anne 93 asks, I'm glad that resonated, Anne number 1. Anne 93 asks, current energies of my academic supervisors regarding my thesis, please. Oh, interesting. I am targeting for my thesis to be submitted this month and latest this week. Okay, so let me just check. Have you handed in your thesis? I just want to see. No problem, Tia. So Anne 93, if you haven't have you submitted it or you haven't? Because I don't know. We can't look at their current energies if they haven't got the thesis, if that makes sense, I'm thinking. I guess I could look to the future. Okay, so it is submitted and approved by the faculty. Okay, I understand. Okay, so let's have a look at the supervisors, how their energy towards this thesis, the energy around this thesis, please, Spirit. I understand, yeah, thank you, Anne. So now the final stage to be submitted to the CPS, okay, for to be scheduled. Okay, I get you, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. See what comes through. Ooh, the Emperor. Powerful energy, major arcana. This feels positive, this feels good, Anne. I feel like there's a very sort of, as you might expect, that feels like a tough energy that kind of comes from them. The Emperor is a person in power. It's someone who is quite controlling. And it's almost what the words that has come to mind is like quality control. So they're kind of balanced on this knife. So it feels like in a process of assessment, so almost cutting away at something is the image that I get. What works, what doesn't. I'm going to pull one more card. There feels to be, though, a good energy of like there's a level of respect here about what you're contributing, Anne. Tell me more about this Emperor, please, and about Spirit. I want to know how the thesis has been received, because I feel like it's come through strong with their energy. Oh, there we go. Another major arcana. The High Priestess, so this is someone who is able to see things very clearly. Okay. Kind of actually this is your energy and this is their energy meeting. Okay. Like I say, the Emperor is kind of a tough audience, as you might expect. Okay. But I feel like they respect what you've delivered. Okay. And the High Priestess is someone who, what I'm hearing is someone who's got, in this context, a clear point of view. The High Priestess is able to cut through illusion, to see the truth of a situation, and kind of go to a deep level. So I feel like this is something in what you've delivered. Also the message about trusting your intuition here as well. This has just come up as well, and in the sense that I feel like on a deep level there's a knowing that maybe you haven't tapped into about how this will be received as well. So use that in the meantime. You have the skill and you have the power. But there's two major arcanas here, so I feel like it's like you've matched their energy. You know, this is a, like I said, I keep getting this respectful energy, which is good, that it's like a quality that they see in your work and what you've delivered. I feel like that they see that you've got something to say, a point of view, and it's of high quality. That's what I'm feeling, because we've got two major arcanas. You're the High Priestess, they're the Emperor. What you can do in the meantime, whilst you're waiting to, maybe if you're feeling very anxious as well, is I would just try and tap into that and trust that gut feeling and that deep intuition that you have, because you are this High Priestess. It's not just how they see you, this is you as well. So that's someone who has the ability, and this is a power of yours, to see past illusion and cut through to the truth. The High Priestess works from the subconscious rather than the conscious mind. So I hope this resonates. Okay, current energies or future energies, however you want to see it, this is whatever you are in the process. Hey Sheena, hey Danny, thank you for your question. So let's I hope that resonated, and for you a positive reading for sure. So we have Anita, disowns feelings for me, no contact. So just to clarify, Anita, was this a relationship? Was this were you together and now separated? The more I know, guys, the, like I always say every time, as much detail as you can provide, you will receive a better reading. I'm able to connect to the people's energy, your energy, and the people's energy involved, the more that I know about the situation. So whilst I'm waiting for Anita to clarify, I will move on to Danny, because there's lots of detail here. Danny asks, there is a Gemini named Joseph in an open marriage with a Scorpio named Christopher. Long story, but I moved on from that. Does Joseph have anything he needs to tell me? A few weeks ago, I had a random dream about both of them, even though I was not thinking about either of them. So it makes me feel, yeah, as if they're pulling on my energy. Absolutely. Okay, so we're looking at Gemini, Joseph the Gemini. Let's see how he thinks and feels for you. Exactly, Ivo. Bit of background info goes a long way. I can't really do a reading, well, a very, you know, it just makes a more accurate reading if I've got the actual context of the situation, so that I can interpret the cards the best way, yeah? So this is for Danny. Let's have a look at Joseph. Joseph's thinking, thoughts and feelings towards you. Interesting. We've got the Four of Swords, which really is a card of time out, rest, that would suggest that their energy is, you know, they're actually in hibernation mode. Which just tells me, I think, about what they're going through right now. I don't see any movement on their side about reaching out to you particularly. They almost seem quite cut off from everything, you know. It can be like the time of year as well. A lot of us are in like hibernation mode still, you know, even though it's the new year. We're in the depths of January here. I just see them in self-preservation mode, taking time out. Thoughts and feelings on Danny, please, Spirit. Two of Pentacles. So they do feel a connection with you. This always, Two of Pentacles always speaks to me when it's in this deck of like that there's, I think that if they were to bring you back into the equation, that it would cause a kind of hive of activity, almost some kind of element of chaos is what's coming to mind. So I'll tell you what resonates, because this is a like unique message in to your situation of what I'm seeing, what I'm feeling. I'm just seeing all these choppy waters. This kind of always says to me tailspin, like it would get them in a tailspin and get their situation to like stir them up, yeah, get emotions going, getting feelings going, and then they'd have to kind of concentrate and focus on staying centered, staying grounded, because they do feel that connection with you. But at the minute, this is current energies, can change in the future. For them, they're in like rest and recuperation mode. They may be even feeling isolated within their marriage or their connection at the moment, and they wouldn't be up for to connecting with you at the minute, because they know that it would stir everything up and bring a sort of lot of activity and stir the pot in some ways. So I hope this resonates and makes sense. This tells us where they're at, and this tells us how they feel towards you, yeah? Interesting. Hope that resonated, Danny. Hey, Anita, so you've changed your question? Are you sure you just want a general future reading? We're not looking at Di Zone. Danny says, I don't plan to reach out to him. I walked away from the situation because it did, yeah, chaos. That's exactly the word that was coming to me. So, yeah. Maybe not a positive situation for you, Danny. God, that resonated. Okay, Neat, we're going to have a look at, we'll have a look at, it sounds like you want to look at love, so let's have a look at future love energies. That's what I'm going to do. So there is a connection here. There is someone in the future. Tell you what resonates for this, Anita. It'll be up to you to interpret it, if this feels like Dizone or not, because we've opened it up obviously to a general reading. My first instinct though, however, is that this has there's a historic connection here. That just comes through intuitively for me. Two of Wands, now this is about, it's ruled by the element of fire. So there's a strong physical attraction here. Quite often there is a strong, it's almost like a magnetic pull with this person. So again, tell what resonates if that feels like it's connected to Dizone, where it's like you keep coming back together. You know, it's like those people where you drift apart, but then you always come back together. If that doesn't feel like them, then this can be someone new, okay? But it's a strong connection because this feels like a sort of established couple here that I'm seeing, the lion and the lioness. And they are looking to the future. So there is a look into the future. Two of Wands is being able to look to the future and plan a life together, really. And it's a very expansive energy. So together, you're able to broaden your horizons together. And it's also, I'm feeling and hearing, it's about being on the same page. So if this is Dizone's energy and maybe you've had trouble getting on the same page up until now, and this is actually reaching that point where you get on the same page. Or it could be that you're able to move forward with someone new because you have the same ambitions. Okay, so if that resonates again with Dizone's energy, if you've had different opinions of how to build a life together or future, you know, lots of us have different ideas of how to live our lives and what an ideal future would look like. Take comfort in the fact that there is a union, a very grounded union. There is, you will be able to plan and begin a life with someone. Could be a fire sign, so Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, just with it being Wands. They could have that in their chart quite prevalently. Could be a Leo the lion, because I feel like this is your energy, this is their energy. Someone is coming through. So I hope that resonated. Okay, Janavi, you are next. So Maya, Maureen, just the like number, please, if anyone would like a reading. Just post your like number and then wait for your number to be number to be called, and then post your question. It just helps keep the chat flowing. So Janavi, I'm going to do these. I mean, you're absolutely right. If you want, I'm going to do the Love Oracle cards later on. If you want to hold it for then. Or if you want to do them now, of course you can. It's up to you. So Maya, again, Maureen, just hold your question. Thank you. So shall we do a tarot card now, Janavi, instead then? If you'd like a tarot as well. And then for anyone who's, you know, new here, or if you just joined the chat, I'm going to be doing the Hidden Truth Oracle deck at the end of the session for some quick fire rounds of love questions only. This deck is for, okay? So that can be like an extra card for you. But Janavi, please, let's do your tarot now. Shall we just simply look at message from Akshay, or if you want to... Aqua, if you want to be added to the list, Happy New Year. If you want to be added to the list, just post your like number. Just a reminder, so anyone who's joining the chat, to receive a reading, post your like number, hold your question until you're called. If you would like a more in-depth message, you can book a 3, 5 or 7 card reading, and the link is in the pinned comment, and this also gives you a queue jump, so paid readings take priority. Thanks guys. Okay, message from Akshay. The Magician, Major Arcana. So Akshay's in the process of manifesting. So this doesn't obviously doesn't have to be conscious manifesting. In a contemplative energy, holding on to a hope and a dream, an ideal, with the Magician card, okay? Allowing for circumstances to align, I believe, for... It could be that he's putting things in motion that he already has, and now it's kind of a surrendering to the universe process. I'm going to ask what he's manifesting. Oh, that soulmate connection, Janavi. So this feels like your energy, the Two of Cups, that connection, that soulmate energy, which I think is between you both, this Two of Cups. This card came through as well. I know it's in the pick a card reading, for those that I've uploaded a rapid love reading, and this came through for there as well, which I know that was your chosen reading. So this feels like this message has come through twice, yeah, like double down on this Two of Cups. So this is actually manifesting this Two of Cups. It's not telling us how or why, if there's practical steps. I mean, with the Magician, it's when you have got all the tools in front of you and the ability to do this. But there's also, obviously, with the Magician and it being manifestation, that it's like things have to align. I think that's the main message. Things are coming into alignment, maybe not quite there. But actually seems to be holding the space for that and waiting for things to align and to move towards that kind of energy and that connection. I was blank on the situation. Yeah, didn't know what to ask, Spirit, sure. That's a really nice message. Look at all that beautiful magic energy. Isn't it lovely? He looks quite serious as well, actually. Not the happiest maybe, but still manifesting. So, hope that resonated, Janavi. Nice reading. TB, my love, if you want to post your question. And then we have Jean. That's very true, Janavi, yeah. Energy has changed, definitely. Things have felt and have seemed to be, yeah, there's a lot more movement now in the last few readings, I think, that we've done. Hey, Tia. Seagulls are back today, yeah. No, Jean, that's fine, thank you. I did ask for you to post, so I'll do TB and then I'll read for Jean. TB, what are the feelings, actions of the Leo after seeing me this weekend? Oh, we didn't speak. Oh, I'm sorry about that, TB. So was this a social situation and you just didn't speak? Let's see what he's feeling, this Leo. I had several dreams of us speaking, though. Oh, right, okay. And it was Heather Hearts. What's Heather Hearts? Not sure if it's just my mind wanting the reconnection or if it's us speaking in the 5D, yeah. Social setting. Let's have a look. We did, the last reading that we did, it did say that would be back, yeah. That there would be more communication. Oh, it was a heart-to-heart conversation. Okay. I have a tendency to lean towards thinking that dreams, if you do dream it, things like that, that it has a tendency to be the promise of it manifesting. But it all depends how it feels. Or, like you say, that you might actually be meeting in the 5D and having conversations there. Let's have a look at his thoughts and feelings now. Feelings, actions. It's taken a while to come through. Spirit, please tell us. Leo thinking and feeling. Eight of Cups. Tell me more about this Eight of Cups. Okay, so I mean, the Eight of Cups is about contemplating, walking away from something that they feel like no longer aligns with them. This could be the connection, this could be something else that's going on in their existence. Do you know, I mean, about their kind of life situation, or if they're, you know, how much that they've shared about what's going on for them outside of this connection? Because we have got the Queen of Pentacles here, which is Queen of Pentacles can be about work, can be about finances, can be about practical issues. Queen of Pentacles is like a very abundant energy. And there's something going on for them. So it's kind of limited about the knowledge of what's going on. I'm just trying to figure out, ruminate, you know, feel this, if this is about the connection that at the minute that they're wanting to walk away from this, or if this is about something else that they're going through, that they're no longer aligned with. There's some kind of disappointment or loss here. Yeah, because we have got, look, this is, they always come through as a Knight energy as well. So this is like, even if they're feeling, okay, they may be weighing up options, if this is about the connection, about feeling if this is enough for them. Because you can see how this tiger here is in a state of contemplation, okay? I figured he keeps his options open. Yeah, I have wondered that if that's like there's other people that he's connecting with as well, and that's why you're getting that in-out energy. That could mean that even, so really essentially the outcome being the next action as well is the Knight of Swords, which is about him coming back through to you with communication. But again, because it's night and because it's swords, it's that in-out energy to you. So I think you can kind of, if that gives you peace of mind, I don't know, to an extent, knowing that the communication will probably never, if it was up to him, will never be finalized and cut off, because yeah, he's keeping his options open. But the Eight of Cups is, so about this connection or about another one, you know, that's going on with his life, or maybe that how he's juggling everyone is kind of, he feels emotionally unfulfilled, essentially, with where he's at in his life now. That's the Eight of Cups energy. Wanting to do something different, wanting to walk away from that, wanting to have more stability, wanting to have more of a Queen of Pentacles energy. Probably as well, what I see is actually missing, probably wanting more of a stable connection with someone, but for whatever reason he kind of hasn't got the emotional capacity, I see, or he has at the moment, has those limitations. He has commitment issues, you know, that is looking for this Queen of Pentacles. Is maybe at times he goes in and out of that, wanting a commitment, wanting a stable relationship. But he's still in this Knight of Swords energy. And for as long as that he can't look at this or move on from this, then he isn't going to be able to have this. Tia says, I know he's super focused on his money. So we did touch on that he's... So I suppose that Queen of Pentacles covers all of that kind of energy, that wanting to have some stability in a financial way, in a life way, in a relationship way, like all of the above. But, so he wants that, but he's in this Knight of Swords energy, and then kind of a, you know, surprise in a way, he's dissatisfied. It feels kind of empty for him, I feel like. I think he does have a feeling and a kind of emptiness at the moment, an emotional emptiness. He's still coming through at the moment here as being unavailable. But with this Knight of Swords, I imagine that you will expect to hear from him and have communication. How you respond to that obviously is up to you. If you want to continue to engage with him just to see if this changes, or to protect your peace and protect your emotional health, you might want to block this. But if you're not there yet, then I understand that. And you know, nothing is written in stone. That's what I always think, that things can change. But there comes a point as well when, you know, but that's not my place to say with judgment about when dealing with someone like this. Anyway, I hope that helps. This gives us insight into where he's at, what he's kind of longing for, desiring for. It's Queen of Pentacles. This stability, this kind of, he wants a commitment and a relationship, really, is actually what I'm seeing, because it's not working for him anymore. Also, it could be that he wants money and that financial stability, but he's stuck in this, you know, he is turning up and showing up in his own life as this Knight of Swords, which has an immaturity. They have a lot of growing up to do, yeah. Okay, we got there in the end. Janavi says, men seem to have less emotional stability than women of same age. Unfortunately, yeah, that seems to be the case. Okay, Jean, my love, this is for you. Jean asks, energy around me in my work environment, longevity at current workplace. So when you say longevity at workplace, Jean, do you mean how long that you might be there? I know you're wanting to leave. Just tell me a bit more about that. TB has just sent a PayPal for a deeper explanation. Okay, sure things, TB. I'll just read for Jean and then I will read for you. I will hop on that. Thank you for that booking. So Jean, yeah, I think you'll be typing, but just tell me a little bit more about when you say the longevity. Do you see me leaving? Okay. Do you see me leaving my current job? Change. Okay. Spirit, please tell me about Jean's work environment. Do you see her staying or leaving? Yeah, got it, Jean. Oh. Five of Pentacles. Okay. This, I do see you leaving in essence, okay? The Five of Pentacles to me, it's about, I don't see there being too much positive change in where you are now, okay? Five of Pentacles it's a bit like taking a hit, like a loss or a disappointment of the situation. There's part of you that maybe, let me know how this resonates with how much that you feel this, that still invested in maybe trying to make it work, yeah? Finding a different way. And I feel like that's what that needs to be released in this situation, Jean, is that remaining hope. This, like, there's a tree stump here that is kind of cut to the quick, yeah? This owl here, this bird, I think it's an owl, is defending these chrysalises behind them, which represents kind of defending, to me, kind of what's left or the potential of a situation. But what can happen with the Five of Pentacles is that there is another way. There is still like, it's not gonna go to waste what you've kind of gained here in your time here. If that's the fear, you know, sometimes it's like we've invested so much time and energy into a situation, into a work situation, relationship, whatever it can be, that it feels kind of unbearable to walk away from, because it feels like it would be like it's really over then, like as if that means that was a waste of time and that was an immense loss. But really, we're able to take the lessons that we've learned, the things that we have gained, and it's not a waste of time, okay? We can carry those forward with us into the new situation, to the next open door. So that's, Jean, what we're looking for here for you, I believe, with this card coming through. We're not looking for things to improve where they are now. This isn't going to change. We're looking for the next door to be opened for you. So let that just sit with that. I imagine that you were taking all the steps and the practical action of looking for opportunities elsewhere, but I feel very much that your energy should be focused on that, looking away from this, not trying to salvage this. Kind of give it as well, obviously do your job, but kind of limit the energy that you give it as much as possible. Because ultimately it's kind of a drain on you, yeah? It's like about just accepting the loss and disappointment of this situation and then being able to move forward. With it being a 5 as well, it will change the situation. It will come to pass, is what I'm hearing. It might, so if you kind of have worries and and anxiety about being stuck here for you know, how am I ever going to get out? That isn't the case. It will pass. The situation will change. Another door will open. But that's where your focus needs to be. Okay? So I hope that resonates. Just keep putting the energy into the next door to open. Just focus on that, yeah? Right, in order to do the oracle cards, I'm just going to close the list. So that should be enough time if I close it now. And then thank you, TB. I will do your reading next. So if you want to, I'm glad that resonated, Jean. If you want to give any more information, TB, feel free to. But if not, I believe that we are focusing this reading on a deeper explanation about if there's a future for us, okay? So we're really kind of focusing on future energies. And this is a 5-card reading. I'm going to do, so overall energies, look deeper into this. The obstacle. I'm going to look at what you can do to get the best outcome. Look again at their likely actions, and then we'll look at future energies still again. Okay. Situation on a deeper level. What's the block? What's the challenge? Tell us more about that, Spirit. What can you do, TB, to get the outcome that you want? Their likely actions and the future. Sure thing, T. I can see just a deeper look. Yeah. I'm curious because we had the 4 of Wands. Yeah, absolutely. I remember that very clearly. Talks about a higher level of commitment, okay? So, like you say, you know that the love is real, but is it enough? The love is real. Knight of Wands, him showing up as a knight again. So, the passion is here, the attraction is here, the fire is here, you know, with the Wands energy. But I always read this in this deck as well, that this person is like on the defense in some way as well. This fire here almost looks like, what's the word? It almost looks like it's damaged, you know, like as if their living space, their home is on fire. There's something kind of destructive about them, or destructive behind the scenes, that keeps them in this Knight of Wands energy. So something from their past, something currently going on in their lives that we're not fully aware of what's in the picture. What's crossing it is this Ace of Cups, which is interesting, which really it's about opening themselves up. The Ace of Cups is about, it's a much softer energy, okay? The Ace of Cups is about new experiences, new beginnings, new feelings. So intense feelings of love, having an open heart, okay? Because that goes back to this being very defended. So really, essentially, this, more than likely, this will come from a place of pain and a place of, just when we see this kind of, there's some kind of destruction here, something has been damaged in them, okay? So it could be from childhood, it could be from past relationships. And what it makes them difficult is to really open up, drink from this cup, the Ace of Cups, which is all about love and softer energies, leading with the heart, yeah, heartfelt energies. They need to do some heart chakra work for sure. If only we could get them to do that, yeah. What can you do? Oh wow, so you've got the Lovers here, Major Arcana. Lobsters, which is like this love connection. What comes to mind is, I suppose, that you can't fight the feelings, you can't fight the way that you feel. You maybe just have to, I don't know, Tia, if you are trying to like move on from this and get over this person and then sort of putting a lot of pressure on yourself maybe to not feel the way you feel. And I don't know how helpful this is at this point, because sometimes we can just torture ourselves when we do that, and it doesn't actually help us or free us from what we feel. Sometimes there's more relief in surrendering to what we feel, surrendering to this connection, and kind of being honest with yourself maybe about, this is how I feel about this person, this feeling isn't going away, so I'm just going to hold this space for this love, for this connection. So if you've been trying to move on, but if this is, if that makes you feel better, then obviously go with that. But with the Lovers coming through, it feels to me like it could just be an added torture for you. So let me know if that makes sense. And there's something just about accepting the situation as it is, accepting your feelings and your love for them. Yeah? What's their likely actions? Tell me more. Eight of Swords. This is this card about a self-imposed prison when we see the Eight of Swords. Anxieties, worries, staying up at night. Something is on their mind. Something is causing them this great deal of anxiety. They are kind of seeing the situation worse than what it is. Which is it's a different kind of energy. This is still their energy, but so different to this Knight of Wands in the sense that, you know, the Knight is the one who's kind of being unavailable. And then there's this other side to them when we see this Eight of Swords where they're in their head. So they've probably flipped between these two kind of energies. Tia says, it doesn't make me feel better, it is torture, yeah, because the community, everyone brings it up and tells me to move on, yeah. That isn't helpful. That isn't helpful of others to do that. If you can tune them out, because they don't know, you know, it's easy to say from the outside looking in, isn't it? To say that. But your heart won't let me give up on him. So release that pressure on yourself, Tia, just for a bit. Even if you can just say, like, for the next week, I'm just gonna, it doesn't mean that necessarily has to change your actions or anything what you do, but just stop torturing yourself to get over it. And at least say, just for this week, you go, I'm just gonna feel what I feel, and I'm just gonna honor that, and I'm just gonna give into it in a way and let it just be. Let this just be true, if that makes sense. Okay, let that just be. I love him, I feel like this, I'm not going to let it go for now, I'm just going to be in it, and just take that pressure off yourself. So we're seeing some kind of anxiety. This is the flip side to their kind of Knight of Wands energy. This person who seemingly doesn't care, this person who seemingly is, you know, who's quite defensive, who, let's say, is coming from a place of pain and is having that in-out energy. But then we have this anxiety and worry. I know there has been sort of some anxiety and depression that I've seen in their energy field before. So I don't know if this is in their moments when they're alone and they have a lot of anxiety and a lot of they kind of really go to quite a dark place. That can be part of the picture of what's going on behind the scenes. Look at the final outcome though. We do have Six of Wands, which is a victory. So this is success in, this is a card of victory, this is a card of success. So this is ending in this future position. Tell me more about this Six of Wands, Spirit. Is this a successful relationship? Is this Ace of Pentacles there? So, I mean, this talks about a new start, a new beginning. These are very positive cards, okay, to you. So this is a completely different energy. Six of Wands, card of victory, card of success, card of being seen. And this Ace of Pentacles, which is like a new beginning of sorts with stability. Okay, so it's a different kind of energy because it's grounded, it's earthed, it's like something actually tangible. So we have to acknowledge what Spirit says, what Spirit comes through. It's almost like, I suppose this connects with as well the Lovers, about what you can do to hold that space, hold that energy. Look into the future. We have both these positive energies. And interestingly, because Pentacles is, I mean, this is a very abundant energy as well. So things can settle more, things can become more grounded more, and there is a, it's almost like I feel like it's kind of like a different, something that maybe they're able to do is kind of an Ace of Pentacles rather than this kind of very open-hearted Ace of Cups. But it's almost like that it could be replaced by this kind of a different way of doing things, which is that they can take this slow, that they can begin to move in the right direction towards you, and in this connection of taking it slow and building trust and building this connection. I don't know if things have ever, I don't know if things moved quickly in the past, if there were big feelings and then things moved fast as well, and then this is like the emergence of something, of almost like a fresh start is what I'm seeing. So this is a positive energy to end on, Tia. I hope this reading helped you, particularly what to do now whilst I guess you're waiting for this Six of Wands and this Ace of Pentacles to come through. Try to take the pressure off yourself from that torture, okay, of moving on when you're not ready. It'd be interesting to see what communication comes through next from them. Keep us posted with their actions. But I hope that it moved quickly in the very beginning, yeah, and then he got scared. So if there's, that would be also information then about how to how to move forward. So when you reconnect, be very mindful not to rush in again, you know, or see it as kind of a fresh start if that's possible. And I would say move slowly, set boundaries, you know, begin sort of dating again, if that makes sense, you know, about building more of a kind of a friendship and a connection. Love and light to you. I hope that. Wishing you all the best with that. Interesting read. Okay, guys, let's see how I'm doing for time. Yeah, definitely keep us posted here. So, Janavi says it's like we are babysitting these boys who don't want to be courageous and work on themselves. It's true that you can't do the work, isn't it, for someone else, and that's frustrating. Christine Aldridge, if you're here, my dear, if you want to post your question. We've got Christine Aldridge and Naresh. Please post your questions if you're still here. Sheena Cloudy, is that? Is anyone here? Sheena Cloudy Eco 7. Please post your questions. Hey Sheena. Thanks Sheena. So will P and I reconcile our relationship? Will he call or visit me soon? He's Taurus and I'm Scorpio. Thanks Janavi. Thanks guys. Just let me know who's here still. Right, Sheena. Let's have a look at you and P and reconciliation. Ooh, well, in a word, yes. When we see this card, Ten of Pentacles. Ten of Pentacles is all about a card of commitment. It's a very abundant energy when we see the Ten of Pentacles, okay? And I always think of when I see this card that even if you're in separation, that this person still sees you when they think of their ideal future. Ten of Pentacles is about reaching a very significant milestone of success in a way, kind of having the ideal relationship, the ideal job. It's about stability, abundance, you know, all that good stuff. And they still have, when they imagine that, they still have you in mind, okay, as their person, essentially. Interesting, we've got the Queen of Cups here, which is a message, a direct message for you about the Queen of Cups. Is so if you're kind of going through a lot emotionally now in regards to this separation, this is about just focusing on trying to not resist the emotions, but to process them, okay? You're in some kind of deep dive at the minute. This is what this is telling me. So don't resist the feelings or try to bury them, but try instead to learn how to stay balanced and process the feelings of what you're going through. Which is tricky. It's no easy task. It's you know, a lifelong lesson in some ways, but this is an opportunity when you're having these big feelings. Yeah, so that, I hope that resonated for you, Sheena. So Naresh, is reconciliation in future possible in my case, or shall I move on? But moving on is really painful in my case, which I've been trying for 18 years. I know we've looked at, I will, because we've had a break from this, and I know that you did have some communication with your person, Naresh. So let's see what Spirit has to say with regards to this connection. Ace of Pentacles, you see, this is about new starts and new beginnings, which I think is about you trying to look at this expansion. I think it's been incredibly limiting for you to have to go through this, Naresh, and experience this kind of this connection on this one person. Can I ask, you know, share what you're comfortable with, but if you have had connections with other people since then, like, have you had strong emotions and feelings of love, or been able to open up to other people since this connection? Because I feel like this is what Spirit is guiding and encouraging you to do. There's this sense of expansion that needs to happen, and being so laser focused on that it has to be this one person. What we need to do is it's more about how this person at this point with such, it's more about how this person made you feel and what this person represents. And when we say manifesting love or anything into our lives, or our ideal, it's about what we want someone to make us feel. So it's trying to take the pressure off that it has to be this person. Not always, but in some cases that's what I see. And I feel like this Ace, because it's about taking steps to, I would encourage you, Naresh, now to take steps to connect with other people. How would that look? Okay, practically, because the Pentacles is about practical steps that you can take, because you may be surprised, you know, but there needs to be some commitment there from you as well to expand your horizons and be open to the fact that someone else you could connect with. But there needs to be steps taken for, because, you know, who knows what it can lead to. The Ace of Pentacles is that stage of potential, and then how it can grow into something so much more. But you do need to expand your horizons and expand your thinking, Naresh, and shift away from just fixating on this one person. Even if you were to connect with another person, okay, it doesn't mean, if it's scary, if it makes you feel like you're closing the door on this, it doesn't actually mean that. It doesn't mean that you are closing the door on that person just because you are making connections with other people. And then you may feel like that you actually do want to close the door on that person because you feel strongly about someone else, if that makes sense. Okay, so we're looking at Naresh, new beginnings. Okay, so Cloudy next. I like that username, Cloudy. We haven't spoken in a long time. He used to be super sweet and nice, but later became cold and distant. I moved on, but since past few days out of nowhere, I've been thinking about him non-stop. And I've been wondering if he is manifesting me or thinks about me or has any desire to reconnect. You feel like there's some unresolved education. Sure thing. Okay. Let's have a look at his energy with regards to you, this connection. Tell us more, Spirit. So 7 of Pentacles, interestingly, so how they feel about you in this situation. 7 of Pentacles is being in a place of assessment and thinking over what went on between you. So when they look back, this energy is all about what worked and what didn't work, and being in a kind of an analytical state as well, and thinking about what steps to make to move forward with. Okay, I'm interested because there is the Strength card on the bottom here, which immediately sort of spoke to me about finding the courage or having the courage to reach out to you as well and kind of revisit this. With this 7 of Pentacles energy, it's like something that they would still think of, something that would still something that comes up for them. But if they also, this is the Strength card, is about needing the courage and the strength in a way to reach out maybe and try this again, yeah, and revisit this. There's someone as well who can be quite analytical in their nature. I don't know if they're an air sign or it could be prominent in their chart. It's almost like them looking at it in a kind of quite a cautious way, and like I say, an analytical way to an extent. And this is their approach to connections in this relationship. And they're kind of weighing up, thinking of the good things, like I say, and thinking of the things that didn't work. And 7 of Pentacles is about where you're at in your life and how you want to move it forward as well. So this is their current energies, Cloudy, okay? Next steps, we don't know. That would take more information. There is an issue, I think, here, though, just with this being at the bottom of the deck, about if and when that they can find the courage to kind of take this risk to reach back out if things didn't end on such a great note, if their behaviour maybe wasn't, they could have behaved better, yeah? So there is an aspect of courage that needs to come from them to, if they're curious and interested, I think, to see where this could go still. I hope that resonated. So Eco7, you asked about, thank you Janovi for moderating still as always. With timeline, guys, it's ran away with me again, so I'm not going to be able to do the, I'm disappointed I'm not going to be able to do the Oracle Truth cards, but I do have to go quite promptly, so I'll just keep going with the tarot. So Eco7 asks, this is, may I know the future energy of my eldest daughter who is 14 years old, and this is in regard to education. Okay. So Six of Swords is, so I don't know if this is your other daughter from who we were talking about before. Nonetheless, the message is still the same. Obviously, the Six of Swords is about after going through some kind of upheaval, choppy waters, tumultuous time, difficult time, ups and downs, maybe emotionally quite difficult. And the Six of Swords is the promise of things, things going into calmer waters. Yeah, so things, the promise that calmer waters are ahead. Six of Swords is also about leaving some kind of ideas in the past, so ways of thinking, maybe ideas about herself or ideas about a situation that have somehow become outgrown. And no longer fit with who she is or her situation or her identity. So I hope this resonates. This could be about for you as well, in thinking a certain situation maybe was going to go a certain way, etc., and then it didn't. But yeah, so something outgrown, old ideas that no longer fit, something needs to be left in the past. But it's a very hopeful card, and it's the promise that if she is experiencing difficulties now or some uncertainty, some ups and downs, that things will improve and things will get easier, things will get calmer and more peaceful. So I hope that resonated, Eco 7. So next we have Maureen. Thank you for posting your question. So your ex Samuel paid someone for a love spell, so you come back with him. He's mad at me because I want to be his friend, but not a couple again. He was jealous and did stupid things, so I broke up with him. So do you want to know if they have done a love spell, or because that's not something that I would read, or if you know that they did? So Jean, the idea is more that, like, because we've just got always a few people at the start, so that's why I prefer to do it at the end, so then everyone who's been in the live can stick around for the extra love cards. So that's why I choose to do it at the end, because there's generally only a few people in the chat at the start. So I wouldn't look at that, Maureen. I think you're asking, yeah, so I wouldn't look at that. That's not how I would read the tarot. So being an energy reader, an intuitive reader, I'd look at the energy between you and Samuel. If you want me, I can do an energy check-in of how Samuel is feeling towards you, if that's still helpful for you. Aqua, if you're still here, if you want to post your question, please go ahead. Okay, let's have a look at Samuel's energy towards you currently, okay? What's their intentions? He obviously still wants to be in a couple again, from what you've said. Two of Pentacles. So, yes, wanting to reconnect. We hear still a 2, but what I do feel like there is a, much like this card came up today, kind of how I'm seeing it, how I'm feeling about it, particularly what I'm drawn to, is that there is this connection, I think, for you and for them, Maureen. There's an element of chaos that comes in that's between you, okay? And I'm also hearing going round in circles, because see how these two dolphins here, which represents his energy and your energy. it's like chasing each other's tails. There's not really any movement forward. Nothing has really changed, okay? So yes, they want to be back in a connection with you, but it would be going backwards, back into the same eye of the storm, the chaos. It takes a lot of energy to stay centered in this. There are real feelings, I believe, in this connection, as in real feelings of love and genuine emotion, but there is bigger stuff. So yes, he has anger issues, Maureen says. Absolutely. So it's that kind of, there isn't been any shift or movement from that. So I feel like this, for now, definitely, at least, if I feel like you know this, yeah, as well, that you're just going to be going back to how things were. So hold that line, Maureen, with saying you can just be friends and that you're not going back with him. Obviously, they would still like to be in a connection with you, but they haven't done the work. They haven't made any changes that really could change this connection and turn it into something positive. You would just return to this chaotic energy of going in circles. So continue to move on, Maureen. You're doing the right thing, and stay strong in that energy, okay? So Janavi, who is next? In the previous reading, we saw that he is manifesting soulmate connection. Yeah, we understand it as me. I'm wondering if he is hopeful of building this soul connection with her, okay? Trying to still work things with her, or is he clearly me that he wants to get back to leaving her? Well, I would say that number one would come through that so we've called Aqua Janavi, so I think they're off the list now. So if we just go Clear Music Lover and Izzy, if you want to post your questions. I would say, because we've never seen, I think this is a bit of not trusting it on your part, Janavi, a bit. Obviously I will ask the question, but we've never seen that soulmate energy between them. That's all that I would say. But let's take a look. Who is this? Does he want to rebuild with her, or is this Janavi? I see this as your, and this isn't your energy, but this is their energy. This is Knight of Swords. This is like new information and new communication coming through to you, which we've seen that will happen. There is a step forward with, say, them unblocking you as being like the first step. But I see this as new communication, fresh communication. Tell me more about the manifestation card, what or who they are manifesting. We do have the Emperor card. I feel like this is them moving forward into the Emperor card. It's always very serious to me. So it's about taking control of the situation. And I see that that's the shift that's happening with Akshay, is that he is moving more into an Emperor energy, being prepared more to make tougher decisions. Look, we see this sword of communication, of truth as well. And I feel like it's moving into a stronger energy, like he's getting stronger. And then I see this as the Knight of Swords, as new communication coming through to you, wanting to have those conversations, difficult conversations even, maybe. So this, to me, she hasn't come up in this anywhere in this spread. I don't think there's anything. I'm not seeing her energy in this communication, in these changes in him. I would try to, I know obviously everything you've been through, it's very difficult, Janavi, but in this situation, in this case, in this reading, I would believe that trust in believing that is you, that Two of Cups is you. And yeah, Knight of Swords is that new communication coming to you, which we've seen somewhere along in that timeline happening. And the Emperor is him moving more into his power, fighting for himself, fighting for a life more that he wants, and getting back in control of his life, when I feel like we've seen for some time that that's actually been lost. Yeah, hold on to that trust, Janavi, for sure. So Clean Music Lover, thank you for your question. Clean Music Lover asks, I believe, oh, I feel like I've missed. How does Cameron feel about me? We work at the same store, but in different departments. Lately, he's been on my side of the store. He will pass me and not speak, glued to his phone. I believe he and another co-worker were talking about me in the break room. She got up and walked around me like she was initially going to ask me a question, but he was telling her to chill out. So are we looking at clear love and music here, like if there's romantic feelings? I think we are. How does Cameron feel about me? Let's see. Kind of conflicted with the Five of Wands. Wands does talk about, it's ruled by the element of fire, so it does talk about there being attraction here, a pull, okay? But the Five of Wands is maybe that which is maybe what you're picking up on, actually kind of mixed messages, in the sense of that conflicted about if to maybe communicate with you more or build on a connection with you. Five of Wands is having can be internal conflict about maybe one day feeling like yes and then the other day feeling like no. And it can put you in quite a defensive energy. That's how you can appear. Now, the positive, so he used to randomly come up to me and talk to me, yeah. So something's got them churned up, okay? Maybe that their feelings have grown for you stronger, and then there's some kind of fear about communicating that to you. Something's going on inside them that has changed, that has made things kind of a bit more tense, is what it feels like. Like I say, sometimes they feel like, I don't know if you're able to broach this subject. Are you able to move forward to them? Because the Five of Wands is the promise as well that this will blow over, Clean Music. So I see it passing, like it may feel like tense situation now, and that maybe there's some kind of drama going on, but I do see it passing. So it's probably just because you moved apartments. So, I mean, if there is an opportunity for you to try to reconnect with them and to check back into them, because I don't see any bad feelings or ill will feelings here. There's some maybe kind of just internal conflict that's going on for them. Maybe they don't know how to act around you anymore, or I don't know how deep this goes, okay, because obviously it's just a work colleague connection. But maybe lean out and reach out, sorry, and broach the subject with them, and then you'll get some clarity, because with the Five of Wands, I do see it passing, almost like a storm in a teacup is what we see. So if you've got, I wouldn't read too much into it. And like, it will be something, it may seem like a drama now, but it will pass and things will get easier. If you're wanting to have that communication back, which is what it sounds like, I would say you maybe broach that and reach out to them. So we have, last on the list now, Izzy. Possible reconciliation with S. So Izzy, are you were in a connection? If you just want to clarify, were you in a connection and now no contact? So in a love relationship, let's have a look. What are S's feelings and intentions towards Izzy? Oh, so look at this. We've got Ten of Cups on the bottom of the deck as well, which is about emotional fulfillment and a commitment. We do have the Six of Cups as well, so I do see them feeling nostalgic. Oh, you were married, Izzy? Wow, okay. That's important information. Please lead with that, guys, if you're that's happened to me a few times before. So they do feel, Izzy, nostalgic about this connection and think of happier times together. So this is telling me where they're at, okay? Obviously the Ten of Cups are here. This is very positive in a way and hopeful to that you still represent this to them, that the potential and the possibility for emotional fulfillment, for happiness and commitment. And this Six of Cups is there is a longing here and a nostalgia, and this is people from our past. So I would say, obviously, if you were married and if you've been through the whole divorce process, then you know it does happen. People do reconcile, don't they, and get back together. So there's nothing is written in stone that it's over. I don't know if it was you who ended it, because there is so much kind of, still there is a lot of feeling and there is a lot of emotion. So in answer to your question, is possible reconciliation? Yes, because they would be open to this, and there is still a lot of feeling here from them towards you, Izzy. There's still a lot of depth of emotion, and there is still a lot of times when I think they would think back to when times were good between you, and feeling nostalgic about it. So this could be, if he ended it, then this could be regrets. This could be, obviously, if things don't work and then it ends and then it's, you know, things change, still with some distance, feelings still. So will he contact is kind of like a yes, no question, which isn't what is not how I read Izzy. So I'm an energy reader. I look at the energy between you and a person and you in a situation. I don't do yes. If you just look at the messages in the chat as well from Nightbot, kindly reminding us that I don't do yes no questions. All I would say is that this could give confirmation to you that there is still a lot of love there and a lot of feeling, and that they do think of you and think of the past and happier times. And this Ten of Cups as well does speak about emotional fulfillment and you still being a representation of that to them. It's kind of like Ten of Pentacles energy. If we think of our ideal or our future, then they do, your energy is a part of that for them. So they miss you. There is potential here for a reconciliation, okay? So guys, I'm going to end I've gone over again, but I'm going to end the live now. Thank you so much for being here. If you missed the list, so Divyansha, yeah, the list is closed. Please don't give Janavi any grief. She's just moderating. Like I say, these readings are free, freely given, okay, unless booked. So please be respectful. I'm going to be live back on Wednesday, so please do look out for the time confirmation. Thank you everyone for being here. Janavi, much love and thanks for your moderation and your lists, so freely and kindly given. But much love to all. Take care. Till the next time.